but he maintains his unbeaten record, and it's a treble for Willie Mullins and Ruby Walsh.
See the Stars wins a 4th Guineas for Mick Cannan.
Good evening all. Afternoon, morning, or any other part of the day it is. Someone did have a go at me for that last week.
What? What?
Unbelievable, I know. Well, I say somebody, it was my partner, obviously.
Oh, right. That's all right then.
Anyway, I'm sitting back a bit today because I'm tired as fuck and I probably look horrible. But we're here to preview the All-Weather Championships, which is just a few days away now. So we thought we'd get in here. Something a little bit different. Yeah, we'll get straight into it. So we're going to go through every race on the card and hopefully find some winners. But before we do, we'll just have a quick flashback in our heads to last week. I'll flick up the Naps table so far. Ben, you had a winner, didn't you? Yeah, Hakiki.
Yeah.
92, I think it was. Yeah.
Dan,
you had an each way place.
Yeah, second, bloody absolutely done on the line. So after winning it, so
and mine was beat, so I'm currently bottom. Apart from that, we put out quite a few winners across, I think, didn't we?
Yeah.
The mayor won
across the world.
Well, yeah, the mayor won the bumper at Fakenham yesterday. Broome won on Sunday that I put up.
Subjectivist, my next best.
Yeah.
Opposed in a Maidan 13-2.
Got that one at Maidan.
Dan had the first and second of that not race at the Nap.
Yeah.
He had also put up the artistic rifle, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I wish I'd have done the bloody reverse
Forecast.
So I think if you'd have had a point level on all of our selections, you must have ended up, which is always nice. Going by the Naps table this week, you should probably just listen to them two and ignore mine. But on the recovery mission on week 2.
As you said to me the other day, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
It is. Yeah, that's it.
I'm laughing at top of the table in week 1. Come to week 5, I'll probably be sitting bottom in minus points.
You usually find those of us that say it's a marathon are the ones that are behind early on. You're never in front early on saying that. Right, we'll kick it off. I'm just flicking through Odds Checker to find the right prices. But the all-weather marathon, is that the first race of the card?
Yeah, 2 miles.
Yeah.
How weird is it to start a card over 2 miles? Anyway, yep, I found it. All-weather marathon. Rainbow Dream is the current favourite, 9-4, 2-1 in most places. Been absolutely smashed in the last few days or so. After that, you got Ranch Hand at 7-2, Amtiaz 9-2, Australis 11-2, 6-1, Rock Eagle 6-1, and then a bit of a gap to Lucky Deal 12-1, and Island Brave at 16s. Ben, we'll come to you first. Have you got a strong fancy for this one?
Yeah, I quite like the chances of Rainbow Dreamer. What this Wednesday, so I looked at this card on Monday night. The horse sitting about 4-1. I was thinking to myself, 4-1's a wee bit overpriced here. So that obviously was on Monday night. And then, as we were speaking before, I went through the card and realised that these horses just decided they would beat each other all season. They just have one big final rock up at it. But the more I looked into it, the more I really, really like this Rainbow Dreamer. Alan King does really, really well with these flat types. This horse to get the trip, no problem. He's good form behind Mildenberger, who was behind Neif Road last year, who is good stare for them cup races later on in the season. And yeah, should be spot on fitness wise. He's had 3 runs now since the turn of the year, and this has probably been in them 3 races. I think he's 3rd behind Island Brave in the first race, and they're probably, as I said before, they're probably just out there like, let's get this horse back on track, and they've probably had this in mind for quite a while now. And then last time out, I think he was he second then, 3rd then second? Yeah, to that Mildenberger, as I mentioned, with form in Neif Road and stuff. And then last time out, he beat Ocean Wind, who's a good flat horse in itself. I can't remember the exact name of the handicap, but he absolutely waltzed one of them handicaps at the end of the flat season last year by 5, 6, 7 lengths. And yes, I know I'm talking about jumps, but it's a flat race. He ran really, really well, not Cheltenham bumper last year too. So he's definitely got really good flat form. He's quite clear in the ratings. So he's one to beat for me. We'll keep an eye on keep an eye on Rock Eagle. He might turn the form around with Ranch Hand, getting the 3 points back from last time out. So he might be the one that could be chasing Rainbow Dreamer home here. But yeah, Rainbow Dreamer for me.
Cool. Dan, do you agree?
Yeah, this is probably not a race where I'll be getting heavily involved, but I thought the top 2 would probably have it between them. I like a few of them in here. I think they're good. I just don't think they are as good as the top 2. I think Rainbow Dreamer obviously has an excellent record on the the all-weather, and I think he's got a very good chance in this. Like you say, the form beating Ocean Wind is good form, and he goes well at this trip. So yeah, I think it'd be tough to beat. I think Ranch Hand is obviously, I think he's an improver, and I think he's a decent horse as well. Obviously won a listed race, 2 starts ago on the flat, beaten with Hold, and then beat Rock Eagle, but that was a 3-runner race, wasn't it? It was a bit of a messy race. Rock Eagle was the odds-on favourite that day, but Ranch Hand seemed to keep him at bay, with maybe a little bit in hand. I do like Rock Eagle. I think he's a good horse, and he could play a part here, but I'd have the top 2, and going by the ratings, you'd have to say Rainbow Dream is the one to beat. Like I say, it's not a race I'll be getting heavily involved in, but if I had to pick one, I think the Alan King horse could probably get this done, yeah. Not by much, though.
The only thing Balding said the other day, I read an interview, he said he would worry that the horse handles the track, but he thinks he's definitely got a couple of nice pots in him this season, so he's definitely going to keep an eye on.
Oh, yeah, he's like I say, there's a few of these that are horses to follow through the season, and I think Rock Eagle's another one really seems to, really tries hardest. So, there's a few decent horses in here. I just think the top 2 are probably the classier ones at the minute, certainly.
Good stuff. So people come here for the tipsy inside info, and you both put up a favourite in the first race, so that's always nice to see. Like you say, they all beat each other. The one piece of form that I did pick out and thought, yeah, that ain't too bad, was the qualifier for this when Island Brave beat Australis and Rainbow Dancer. He was dropped right out the back and then stayed on well and went past them all, which is how he should be played. He then went out and I can't remember where he was, down the field somewhere, 4th or 5th, but they rode him closer up. I don't think that suited him at all. So they drop Island Brave out the back again, give him something to aim at. 16-1 outsider at the minute. I'll have a token go on him rather than joining you on the favourite. Anyway, we'll move on to the Fillies and Mares, which I think will probably be a short one between all of us, to be honest with you. I'll start with myself, because mine's pretty short, isn't it? You got Indie Angel in here is, in my opinion at least, she's clearly the best. She beat Lavender's Blue, who is really classy mare in her own right in a listed race here. She was put up £12 or something for that, which fair enough when you're beating a horse rated 103, 104 to be going up to that kind of level.
It was a good race, wasn't it?
It was a very good race. A couple others in there. You got Folas, George Bowie's obviously flying at the minute. Has won 3 races this season, but this is a big step up in class. Shimmering Dawn could go all right. She's clearly thought well of. She's pitched into some very good races in the last couple of years, so I'd keep an eye on her. But for me, it's just a 1-horse race. I think Indie Angel is, if you want a banker of the meeting, I'd call her a banker. Then again, most people at even money would maybe be a little bit put off from a big bet anyway. Do you agree?
Yeah, she's a 4 to 6 shot. Masquerading as a even money shot for me. I think you said there was maybe 11 to 10 in places, didn't you, or something? But
seen that earlier.
They think the only thing that can get this beat is the jockey on board. So, which Martin Harley's a very good jockey, so I don't see why that would happen. But I think that's the only way this horse could get beat. As you say, that race beating Lavender's Blue is by far the best form in this race. Fizzy Feet's a good horse. Very solid. Was second in a listed race 2 starts ago, but I'm not so sure that it had a calibre of a horse of Indie Angel, because I think Indie Angel, there's every chance she improves 4-year-old. So I think she could probably just get better. I think that winning that at the end of the season was a bonus more than anything. They always probably thought she'd be better as a 4-year-old. You know what I mean? After a winter, the others are just not on her level. I don't think. I'd be really. I think she drops in trip, doesn't she, Indie Angel? Which is a bit of a you never know. But she has won at 7, so I don't see why it'd be a massive problem. And I think she's a 4 shot, and I think she's a good thing, isn't she? I think, yeah.
Ben?
Yeah, I agree. I don't have much more to add. Just thought that she was a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, nice and easy.
John and Thady or Thady or yeah, his
I
son.
don't think
I've had
anyone can pronounce his name at the moment, but
Yeah.
we will learn.
his son. They've had a good start to the season, so I don't see why they'll not have another winner here.
Good stuff. We'll swiftly move on then over to the next race, which is the sprint, if I've got them in the right order.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one. And I know you have a strong fancy on this one, Ben, so I'll come over to you first.
This is all about Harry's Bar. I looked at this for about 10 minutes. I also looked far longer, but for the first 10 minutes, I'm sitting thinking to myself, why has he sent this horse over here? And then I was looking through, and I was sort of thinking to myself, I looked at Dundalk, the Ross race Dundalk, and I'm sort of thinking to myself, like, why is he not won there? And then I realised he's racing over a mile. All his best form is over 6 furlongs. He's won some really nice races in England last year before he got transferred to Aido McGuinness back in November. Holly Doyle's been booked all week, so and they're definitely not here for Dared. And Aido McGuinness likes to land a wee touch or two. Been a bit of support for this horse throughout the week, and 1 mile was too far at Dundalk last time. And then I was sort of wondering why they'd raced him there so close to this race. And then I picked up something from Aido McGuinness's interview the other day. It said they had to get him qualified to run here, so it was just go out, get the horse qualified, give him an easy time. He will be going very, very close. I expect him to win. He's my nap of the day, 100%.
Wow, impressive. Dan, are you going to tell us what beats him?
No. No, simple as. I'm not going to go into much more detail. I think he's sort of hit the nail on the head. The fact that this horse is coming over is a bit of a tip in itself, isn't it? This is not the strongest race of all time. I think he is probably...
Your mate's in it?
Hey? Yes, he is. Yeah, he's quite he's running a lot, isn't he? This will be his 4th run inside a month. So what's going off there? I mean, he'd probably win on this one. That's normally the way it goes, isn't it? He'd just win this one, but his performance last time won't win him this. I think he's an each way shot, isn't he? He's 100% an each way shot. He gives his running. He was slow away last time, so he'd be the one that I'd put up each way. Summergan definitely, he's the highest rated horse in the race as well. So he's definitely got a chance. 7-1 is probably a fair price. To be fair, I thought he'd be shorter than that.
I think you're talking yourself into this, aren't you?
No, I'm definitely going to back Harry's Bar. I'll back probably Summergan each way, maybe a little bit, but because I think he will be in the first 3. But Harry's Bar is the one to beat for me. He's got a good jockey booking with Holly Doyle, and his defeat of Speaking Colours at Dundalk on the All-Weather a couple of
That was his first run for this lot.
Yeah, it was, and I really, really thought Speaking Colours would beat him because I just didn't think he was that good of a horse.
I remember
Speaking Colours.
I remember watching like 10 minutes before the off, and Speaking Colours was favoured, and the money just went like that there.
Yeah. He
tossed up.
Yeah, literally. I was. Sorry, excuse me for that. But I didn't think Harry's Bar would beat him. I thought Speaking Colours will do this. He's a good horse. Speaking Colours, I like him. He's won some good races, but Harry's Bar absolutely chewed him up and spat him out, didn't he? He just ate him for breakfast. He got weight that day, but the 4 pounds. But he would have beat him off levels anyway. He wouldn't have. The 4 pounds wouldn't have got him beat. So if he comes, and if he comes back to that form, there'll be no horse in here that beats him. So I
6
think
furlongs is the key.
Yeah, and I think he's got a very, very good shout. Probably a fair price. I think the 9-2 that was on offer before was far fairer, but this would be fair price, I think. But him to win, and I think Summergan will be thereabouts each way. Yeah. So
just before George goes on, I was just having me look there again. I had it in my notes to mention. I think Lord Ridderford at 12-1 is not a bad price. I'm not going to go into too much why, but I think he's definitely
isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely got each way claims at
12-1.
12-1. Yeah.
Well, if you want something at a bigger price.
Oh yeah.
Well, I say that. So when I was writing this up earlier, I've had a bit of a bet on Tinto at 16-1 each way in this. Trained by Amanda Perrett. It was Sky were paying, or still are paying, 5 places as long as none of them pull out. And I had a bet on this guy at 16-1 earlier. I had a look about an hour ago. He's 14. And he's now 12. So 12-1's a little bit shorter than what you'd like. I'll just run through a couple of his last races. So first note, I got tends to be slowly away. Fine, doesn't matter. He's held up nearly every single time. In the catchy stakes, I think that was here at Lingfield as well. He was absolutely cruising until the last couple of furlongs, picking up like a train. He was blocked by Mum's Tipple up on the rail that occasion. Time before that, he broke away better, to be fair, so he can break away all right. He travelled all over him again up until about 2 furlongs out, and he was denied a clear run 3 times. The time before that, he was drawn massively wide and dropped out, and he was denied a clear run again. So, and just his last race, he was never winning Kempton. He was miles away. Jockey didn't even pick up his whip once. He basically just went all the way to the line. So I think Tinto's one of those horses, particularly this season, that every time you watch him, you think, next time, stick him in the tracker, 4 races in a row now. So hopefully this is the time that he suddenly turns, because he could easily be 10 or 15 pounds better than what he is going in. You know, if he comes in and wins this and wins it okay, if he beats Harry's Bar, he goes up 20 odd pounds, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, so the price, I've gone at it from a price angle, essentially. I've had a bet at 16s, 5 places. To me, it's a bet to nothing. I can't see him out of the top 5 as long as he gets a clear run, which is obviously a big thing because he seems to like to run into the back of horses at the moment. But yeah, I won't say too much more on that. But I think you can still get 14 to 1 in some places. 12 to 1 on Sky, 5 places might be a better option though. Hills is 12, so it's 4 places. But yeah. If you were looking for the places, I'd go with Sky. Right, so it was the same for you two, wasn't it? Harry's Bar.
Yep.
We've been agreeing all night. When's this coming down the end?
Each way, my old mate Summergand. So just in case he just bloody decide to pop up.
Yeah, each way for me, Lord Ridderford.
Lord Ridderford. He won't tell us why, and each way I've gone with Tin. So.
Damn, we're agreeing all the way tonight. I reckon we're going to have a similar opinion here. Let's go.
You two both won on your naps last week, so
we'll
get to that at the end. We'll move on to the 3-year-olds race, where from previous conversations we've had, we might all agree on this one.
Yeah.
So I'll kick us off first. It might be a running theme of this race. I've had a bet on them. Or Mighty Gurkha. I keep wanting to call him the Mighty Gurkha, but it's just Mighty Gurkha. They ran him at the Breeders' Cup, didn't they, at Keeneland, and I think that was just above the level that he probably was. He was good second before that, when he was carrying a £7 penalty, so I wasn't necessarily expecting him to win there, but he would have easily pissed up in that if he didn't have the penalty. He won over this course and distance on debut. Obviously, his main challenger is Diligent Harry, who's got the potential you like to think, but I have no idea why the price is that.
Potential.
Obviously, the collateral form with Rohan that we were talking about before the thing here. Diligent Harry got beaten by Rohan. Was it last week, was it? Or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 10th of March.
And the last one, Mighty Gurkha, beat Rohan by 5 or 6 lengths. So if you're just looking at that,
giving him a weight in the ring.
Why is he almost double the price?
I mean, he wasn't lucky, wasn't he? He was definitely the actual winner. Was lucky to beat him that day. He was definitely the moral winner. Do you know what I mean? Like he should have won that race. There's no getting away from it.
It's one of those. I think particularly Rohan is one of those horses that you just think one day, and his turn finally came and won.
It was just at the expense of him. So
yeah, the only other one I'll mention is Silent Queen right down the bottom at 33s. I think if she sticks with them early on, she'll be finishing late. So if they do go hard up front, she's got a bit of a chance. They ran her on heavy ground at Shanti last time, which she just didn't like. So back here, I think she might run a race 33 to 1. But apart from that, Mighty Gurkha I think is a good bet here. Who wants to go?
Yeah, I think I agree with you. To be fair, the selection will be different, but I think the two to concentrate on. Just basically, I'm a figures man in terms of I I don't see how a horse can be 2-1 yet be £10 worse off in the weights than a horse that is, double the price near enough. I don't get that. That sort of thing would put me off backing that horse. The one thing I will say about Diligent Harry is that obviously he should have won that race last time out. Obviously, it wasn't a great race in terms of it was, this race is going to be far better in quality, but he should have won there. He only went up £3. They're running him in this off a marker 93. That's a tip in itself, because they are going to lose that mark by probably approximately £7. So basically, they're taking him out of a handicap that he could win, and they're putting him in this race. I might even talk myself around to it, and they, as ridiculous as it sounds, they surely believe that this horse can win this race. They wouldn't run him, because obviously you would expect out of Mighty Gurkha and Apollo one of them will at least run their race. If they run to that level, an early 100s mark, like I say, if Diligent Harry's within a length of them, he's going to go up £7, isn't he? Yeah. So he won't be running in a handicap after that. I just felt it was really interesting that he's running, 93. He went up, £3 for that. You think he should have won, and they think, oh yeah, we'll put him in the All-Weather Championships final, like that. Right, okay. They clearly think he's far better than a mark of 93. Yeah.
Fair point. I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm sort of now. I wouldn't back him at 2-1. No chance.
He's not the favourite. In my eyes, not worthy to be the favourite.
No. The 4-1, I get that. If he'd have been 4-1, I'd back him. That's that. So the only reason I wouldn't tip him up is because obviously I like the figures, and I'm a figures man, and his price is bad. So, but if he was 4-1 in this, I'd back him. So if people have got 4-1, I think they're sitting on a very good slip, because I think he'll have a very, very good chance. I don't think he was shown a good effect in that race. So, you have to remember that was just, it was a mess, wasn't it? It really was a mess. He was switched out wide, flew home. You were sort of like, your backers were like, sort of thinking, bloody hell, that one gone away. Apollo 1 is very interesting because, he's got form at the trip. He beat Magallan, who is an odds-on favourite, later on the card, and obviously, I mean, the figure there was 98 as an RPR, which is, maybe a bit harsh, to be fair, because that was over 7. He was really paddling the last 100 yards of that race. Looked like he'd get caught, didn't. He'll enjoy this drop back to 6. Yeah, really. I don't have a tip, really. But if I was to say who is probably the most likely winner, it sounds ridiculous, but, given that he's been put in this race, they clearly think Diligent Harry will probably win. So it's not a great race, is it? It really isn't a good race. Zamani won't win if you give him another 50 tries, because he just won't win, will he? He just doesn't want to win. Victory Heights, stepping up in grade here big time. Beat Mighty Gurkha last time, but obviously was getting £7 that day. He's off levels here. I can't see how that's going to be. It was a nosy beat him, so he won't keep that form, will he? Baker's Boys are bloody maiden. You're pushing. Yazaman is just gone. Not good enough. They found a good opportunity here for this Diligent Harry, and he'll probably win.
Ben?
Mighty Gurkha. No, look, I can see what you're saying, right? But I just don't understand how a horse that of Mighty Gurkha's ability, he run really, really good races last year, was highly tried, beat Cloudbridge, ran well. I can always 6 out of 7 some of these races, these good listed races and group races, but at the same time he's not getting beat by far, so he's well in touch. Do you know what I mean? And I think he's beat most of these rivals before. The only one he hasn't come up against, maybe he's come up. There's a few he hasn't come up against, but he's all beat them, given weight, or they've beat him by a neck. Mighty Gurkha gave him £5. I think I was reading Archie Watson said this week, they're going to just try get him out, take him to the front, and it'll be hard to catch. If Holly Doyle gets him out, gets him to the front, gets him into his rhythm, he'll not be catching. And if Diligent Harry comes away slow, I think if Diligent Harry breaks well, he'll get put up to Mighty Gurkha. But if he breaks slow again, this is game over from stalls. I think I've already backed Mighty Gurkha at 5-2, and I woke up the next morning and it's just out to 3-1, and the other horse Diligent Harry's in 2-1. I'm sort of thinking, like, what's going on here? And then I read Clive Cox absolutely raving about Diligent Harry, but no, like I understand he was an lucky loser last time, but just on form, can't be happening. Like if a horse comes out and beats, I'll next week I'll come out and say fair play, but right now, no, I'm really, really in the Mighty Gerker camp. Holly Doyle's in good form, 24% strike rate in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, she's going to get a few winners on All Weather Day, on All Weather Championship Day.
Lovely stuff. 2 for Mighty Gurkha and 1 token vote for Diligent Harry if he drifts out to 4-1. Right, we'll move on to, I suppose you could call it the main race of the day, the Easter Classic. It's got the word classic in it, so I'll class it as the main race of the day. And first we will come to Dan.
Yep.
What do you?
Well, I mean, again, they're not the easiest of races, are they? But there's there's 2 that stand out, and it's the top ones in the market, isn't it? I thought Bangkok would win, to be honest. I thought that you can forget about his run last time. That was in the bloody Saudi Cup, wasn't it? This is a lot easier than the Saudi Cup. He beat Felix the time before. That was over this track and the distance. I thought he did well to win that, to be honest. He beat Forest of Dean that day as well. He had him about 3/4 of a length behind. Meets him off the same terms. He was odds on that day, and to be honest, I thought he was an odds on shot again. I thought 5-4 was very, very fair. I think he's definitely an odds on shot. He's far better than these on his day. And I thought the race that Forest of Dean won last time just fell into his lap. I was so annoyed that day because I backed Father of Jazz because I was really keen on him at a bigger price. I thought, he's really good. And all day I sat there thinking, John Gosden in the Winter Derby. John Gosden in the Winter Derby. Forest of Dean will win this race. That's it. I just knew Forest of Dean would make all and win, and he did exactly that. He just
it all went perfect for him as well, didn't it?
As soon as he got to the lead, right, and nobody took him on, I was like, that's it. You just turn it off. It doesn't matter because, I should have been in play, lumping on because I knew he'd win. Just set the fractions, didn't he? And it was a good ride for Rob Havlin. He won't get that here. Surely not, with Sky Defender in the race. And I just thought this had set up for Bangkok. I just really did. I think Assimilation has got a turn of foot, but I think he needs a slower run race to really show that. I don't think he'll get that. I think Bangkok is the best horse, and I think he'll win it. So yeah, I think 5-4 is. If you like shorties, I think the Indie Angel Bangkok sort of double is very fair. I think them 2 will win their races. Yeah.
Lovely stuff, Ben.
I don't have much of an opinion. I just thought that Bangkok would have pulled the form. It's one of them races I don't really like getting involved in. It could go anyway, but I don't see any reason why Bangkok shouldn't have pulled the form.
Cool, lovely stuff. Fair enough. I pretty much agree with you, to be honest. Obviously, that Winter Derby was a pretty small field that Forest of Dean won. Everything went perfect for him. The second horse, Felix, actually ran in the Dubai Turf, I think it was, the other day. And came
Yeah,
third.
I've seen him out in Medan, yeah.
Yeah, it was a massive run, yeah. The Winter Derby trial that Bangkok won had both of those in behind. That was on levels. This is on levels. I can't see why not either of them, but why Forest of Dean would turn that around. The rest of them, no, I don't think they're as good as the 2. So I agree with you. It's probably between them 2, and it's 3 votes for Bangkok for me. 5-4, 6-5. Yeah, 5-4 you can get now, which that ain't a bad price. Right, moving on to the All-Weather Mile. And
I've just looked at the prices, and I'm like, shrugging my shoulders like the other day when I looked at this here. It's totally different, and I was just like,
the mile.
Yeah.
Right, go on then. We'll start with you, Ben, with your different prices. What do you reckon?
The other day, Kwazam was at 11-4, and I thought that was a very, very, very fair price. Nice 15-8. Which is not the worst price in the world, but I just thought he was a very consistent horse. One last time out, should be hard beat. But I'm having 3 bets on Friday, and this isn't one of them. Well, I've had 3 bets for Friday, and this isn't one of them, so I'm not going to talk too long with this race. I think he's the most likely winner. The other one I was really shrugging my shoulders at the other day, looking at 11-1, and Francis de Gafford sends silver quartz over here. So as we said about Aidan McGuinness and Harry's Bar, this horse isn't coming for a day out. We were running Shanty last time out. Yeah, he was sent over from here, wasn't he? Yeah. Yeah, I'm right.
Didn't he used to be with Archie Watson?
He was sent over from UK. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was talking to myself, I was like, am I talking shit or am I right? No, but yeah. So I'm sure he's ran on the surface before, but go back into his form that far back. But yeah, he might run well. But he's 13-2 now. He was 11-1 when I first looked at this. Now, so thought 11-1 was big. 13-2, yeah, still fair enough. But I prefer the 11-1. But I'm not going to have a bet in this race. But Kazam is the most likely winner, with silver quartz might run into place or could even nick it.
Yeah, Dan, what do you reckon?
Yeah, this. I think Mum's Tipple is the best horse in the race, and I think he's by far the best horse in the race. I think he's a good few pounds better than these. I'm just not sure about the mile. But to be fair, I wasn't sure about 7 furlongs the last day, and he pulled until about the last couple of furlongs. And when he was asked to go by Ryan Moore, he's pulled well clear in the end.
Yeah,
that was the first time.
Have to be worried that he's only run over a mile in the Guineas. He didn't get the trip at all, did he? But
yeah,
then again,
but then that
late
was
in ground,
and it's the Guineas, whereas this is the all-weather marble condition stakes. Do you know what I mean? Like that caliber of horse, there's nothing in there that is going to get in that sort of bracket. He's very good on his day. I think he'd get the mile fine. I'd just worry about him pulling, because obviously if he pulls, he won't get it. But if he settles, he will get it. I think he's very smart. I think he's probably grown up since last season. Richard Hand's having a good time of it, isn't he? He's doing well at the minute. He usually does. Him and William Haggis early season. I think Mum's Tipple is obviously disappointed, didn't he, after that unbelievable win in that 2-year-old stakes, but whatever it was, 3-year-old thing or whatever.
in the sales race at York.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, sorry, he just won by about half the track. Forget about that now, because he's a different horse now to what he was then. I think the real Mum's Tipple we saw last time, because I think he did well to win in the way he did, give it a pull. It wasn't the best race in the world. There was a couple coming back from breaks, but he was as well. And no, he wasn't. Sorry, he'd already ran, hadn't he? Sorry, when he was a real eye catcher. But just to step up to the mile, I don't know. But I think he's better than Kazam. I think he's better than the rest. So I think 7-2. I'll take a chance that he stays, because I think he's definitely the best horse in the race.
Yeah, that was my only worry. I just thought, it's like, what horse is going to turn up? It's just like when I'm on like, if the horse turns up that we once knew, well, it's good night for the rest of them. But
we didn't know for long, though, did we?
No.
Obviously, after winning that yearling stakes at York,
he was highly tried, wasn't he?
I mean, we were all stood there. There was 3 or 4 of us on course looking at this horse, thinking, "Wow, this is one of the best performances that we've seen." As particularly, I mean, no horse wins that sales race at York like that. And I've backed him every time since. He finally won last time out. I clawed a little bit of money back. I won't be backing him here, to be honest with you.
You're going to ditch him? Oh dear.
Yeah,
that's boosted the confidence in him now.
I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen here. So Intuitive is going to want to lead. Simon and Crisford's horse, and then you've got the one coming over from France, Canegat. That'll want to lead as well, because that has to lead. They're going to take each other on. And I think it might set it up for one of the closers. And obviously the king of the closers is Jamie Spencer. So where better place to start than with Bless Him. He's taken a bit of a drift from when he opened at 8 or 9 to 1. The thing that sort of stuck out to me about this horse, they sent him over to Meydan. If you've got a hold-up horse, 1, what the hell are you doing sending it over to Meydan? 2, why have you persisted with another 2 runs at Meydan after he's been too far behind and he doesn't carry on going? They clearly think he's a good enough horse to win a race like that.
I think he needs to win on the bridle, mate. Near enough.
He does.
That's the only thing with him.
Look who's on board.
Yeah, that's
the
it.
only thing. But yeah, no, he won a qualifier Newcastle, I think it was, for this.
On the
And
bridle.
he won absolutely on the bridle. He beat, was it Amazonia? It was only about half a length, but it was easily. And the rest of them were miles behind, to be fair.
That's all he ever wins, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like half a length, because he just cruises up on the bridle. And he just tries to sort of, say, come on, finish it off, mate. Tries to
what put me off about him is that the run-in, obviously, at Lingfield after the bend.
Yeah.
It's no straight mile at Newcastle. He hasn't really got that time. But if those two, if Intuitive and the French horse go hard up front and force a pretty strong pace, Spencer, we know Spencer's going to be absolutely swinging at the 2 furlong pole. Whether he's got horse underneath him, we'll find out. But yeah, I've had a bet. I've had a win bet on Bless Him, just a small bet at 12 to 1. Right, we'll move on. So Bless Him for me, and it was Mum's Tipple for Dan and Kazam. Ben, yeah?
No, it was Silver Quartz.
Silver Quartz, sorry, my mistake.
No. I was sort of thinking in the last one, whenever you were speaking to him, I'm going to go for.
He's short, isn't he, Kazam now?
Yeah, he's short. Like the other day, 11 to 4, and I think this is quite a fair price, but now he's 15 to 11.
Yeah, he won. He obviously beat High.
And because I'm not backing him, I'll go for the outsider. Do you know what I mean?
That was a 4-horse race, and you've got to be careful those races.
Yeah, he beat that horse I was really keen on for that race at Doncaster last week. Remember the one I thought was running, and next of all, he was wasn't on it?
Yeah,
yeah. So
that's the race.
Be careful. But
Silver Quartz for me.
Yeah. Cool. Right, we'll go to the Apprentice handicap. Have either of you got a selection for this one?
No, I'm only going to back up. But I'm only going to go with what you said earlier. You fed us with some good information about an Appleby runner.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. What the
Michael Appleby?
Benoit de Sayette. He's back on it again, is he?
He put it up as his once to watch, didn't he, for this week, Michael Appleby? So Benoit. Maybe Colombian March and that horse to victory.
Chris Benoit.
It's not the one that I've gone for, though. I like top weighted Lord of the Lodge in this. Obviously, he ran behind Mum's Tipple last time out. They will clear of the rest. He'll be right up there on the pace. Sometimes these apprentice races can get a bit trappy, where they're either run incredibly slowly or they're massively strung out. So he's going to be off the front. He's won off a pound lower than this over a mile here.
Could be good enough form that there come 5:15 on Friday evening.
Sorry, he hasn't won off a pound low. I was looking at a completely different horse, but he gets the trip fine. He's got the big weight, obviously, but I think Lord of the Lodge is looking good here. Obviously, we have to give a shout to Lethal Lunch.
I was going to say, what about our mate?
Yeah, obviously, as founder members of the Alex Jari fan club, we give a shout out to Lethal Lunch, who he's riding in this one. Shout out to the agent as well for getting him this one. Please do more.
The kid deserves chances.
He's a course and distance winner. I think he had a breathing problem last time, and he was eased down once the jockey figured that one out. The time before that, he was travelling pretty well. He was still a way back, but he was travelling well and hampered. He's the one that's won off a pound lower, and he's going to be held up at the back and delivered late. So yeah, I mean, I think Lord of the Lodge will win, but Lethal Lunch is the horse that I want to win.
Well, I have just seen that This Is Us is running that race, and he's a bit of a cliff horse for me, so he will win. He goes well at Lingfield. He will win a handicap this season, a decent handicap. He's only an 8-year-old. They take £5 off his back, so he's running off 98 essentially. He's the class horse in the race for me, going back to his younger years, and whether he'll run, whether he'll win. Sorry, I don't know, but he could definitely run a good race. Back at 7 furlongs, so yeah, I didn't know he was in it, so yeah, I'd probably back him.
Any fancies, Ben, or are you all aboard the Lethal?
Yeah, come on, Alex Jari, show some class, lift him, Alex.
Lovely stuff. Right, we have come to the end. So before we do our naps and our token next best, have you got anything else across the weekend, either of you?
Yeah, I don't have any, I wouldn't say bet, but just a few observations. Ellie May is out for compensation, maybe, in the 220 Ferry House. Listed Mare's Chase.
I'll say way.
But if she turns up,
Yeah, that was one of those races I didn't want to message you to afterwards.
God, I literally just
see that time on a Friday. I just had enough. I was like, no, please, just please be the end.
I just sat on my
even though
bed for
I didn't have the worst
minutes.
week, but I was sort of by that stage. I was sort of like,
I've only had that twice in my life now, where I've had to do that. Where I just had to just get away from the world and just sit for a bit and just think, why do I actually do this again? Why do I do this? And
she's out. Ferry House is she this week?
Ferry House 220 listed marriage chase over 2 mile 5. The bumpers look good all weekend. We know some nice prospects, and it depends who turns up. Probably short favourites, but Ginto, Brandy Love, name a few. Hollywell was well touted. Bob of the Morons was entered anyway. A couple of good novice hurdles on Sunday and Monday, grade 2s at Ferry House. Anna Main, George, this is us. Ranner, all written all over it. Looks set to run on over 2 mile 4 Sunday. Perhaps against latest exhibition. Looks a great race. If Energamine wins here, this is all roads lead the Rana. Our 16-1 slip is looking tasty.
I know.
Tasty.
I might top up again for the Rhino before this.
I'm topping up. If he's declared, I'm topping up before Sunday. He'll win. Latest exhibition will probably go to the National. Irish National, quick mention. Galvin is interesting if he shows up. I would have a sneaking suspicion he'll not turn up. Tiger Roll, if he turns up with our mate, or my mate on the shunter, Jordan Gainford on board with claiming £7, tell you what, it could be very hard beat.
Tiger Roll.
If Jordan Gainford's on top,
I heard they might put Gainford on him.
Really?
Someone told me that today.
I reckon if they declare him, Gainford will be on.
Wow,
the famous Jordan Gainford.
That is a surprise.
We love Jordan Gainford
just because he gets on so well. I know he had the rise, obviously, with the weight you'll have to carry, but just because he gets on so well with Keith, doesn't he? It would put you off a little bit. You know, a very.
But in my opinion, they're safer sending him here than in the injury bowl. The injury bowl is just to get a dig at the handicap or saying, we should have been running the Grand National, but actually he sent us over here to run here. They're not running the bowl. No, that's what I'm saying. They're safer. They give the horse the best chance of winning. Safer running the Irish National Monday. One of the price.
I'm surprised he's running, but that's another story.
16-1. Court made. Backed this horse in December in Cheltenham. Came third. Looks like it's been put away for this race. Might run a good race.
Have you got the market on there for that race, the National?
The Irish National, yeah.
Is the Big Dog running?
Big Dog's entered about 10-1 the last time I seen. Maybe 10-1.
He won a good race and skipped Cheltenham for this, so I think he'll go well.
He won the trial for this year. He won the trial. Big Dog is currently on best available odds. The Big Dog.
I liked him for the cross country race, but obviously he skipped that to go here.
The Big Dog is currently trading at odds of. Scroll up, thank you. 11-1.
11-1.
Tiger Road was 10-1 the other day. Now he's 11-2, just because they said come out today and said he might run with Gainford on top. There's exhibitions here. He'll either go here against Energy Main, and I have 2 to mention on Friday. One's a personal retouch. But
next Friday.
No. This Friday. Newcastle. Newcastle's on. We've got a wee personal touch in Newcastle, but I'll mention the one. We'll talk about that in a second. Meg Allen should win the 325 on Friday at Newcastle. Some nice form last year, ran some class races, and she'll come on
full run. Earlier, didn't we? It was beaten by something that one of you put up.
Yeah, I think so. I do think so. I looked at it the other night. I forgot the name of the horse down, but yeah, she'll come on with the run.
What race was that? Sorry,
325 Friday, Newcastle.
Oh, the listed race. Okay, 4 to 5. Sure.
4 to 5 now.
Yeah, that was the one that was beaten by Apollo 1. That's
6 to 4 was on Monday night when I sat and done my notes, and then we have to give a wee mention. This week we all joined Titanium Racing Club.
Yeah, lovely little operation they got going on.
Yeah,
was involved with.
Yeah, well, I think I'm just going to mention on the Friday, obviously at 250 Newcastle.
Yeah, as I say, we have a wee personal touch. We mentioned after our Devils runs in there.
Yeah. So
250.
Obviously I've backed it.
Should be the first runner for us. So
I backed it.
That's the first official runner we were in on Tuesday or yesterday.
What did he get for that? Because he won really easy. Because
£4.
even I £4.
£4.
Well, he's value for that because I know he steps up in grade, but I seen it, and I seen him at the back, and I thought, whoa, this is flying, because, and you know that Meg had enough under the bonnet, because Jesus, she was switching it with the back. I was thinking, this is never going to get there. What are you doing? I thought she was just having a little dance with a horse. I was thinking, what is going on? She's never going to get there here. Switches him all the way out the back, just to bring him out on the wing, basically. And he absolutely hacked up. I thought he won really easily. If he's insane for £4 will really not stop him going very, very close to this.
He is going to go very, very close. The only thing, that global warming or warning, whatever it's called, it's rated 85 with a £7 camera. If £7 camera does its job, probably we could bump into one, but we definitely
obviously, I don't know what the thing is with obviously putting the claimer on. You're not going to get the same ride that Megan provides. That's the thing, isn't it?
Not our horse, the other horse.
So that's the sort of edge we have. Do you know what I mean? We'll get.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Tactically, you would imagine that. You wouldn't have to imagine Megan is obviously going to be a better rider than Harry Burns at the minute, but I've never seen him before, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, you're right, because obviously what they take off means he's off the same mark as us.
Yeah.
So he'd probably be the better handicap. But I don't know, because I think that I thought he won really easy that day. It was only a class 5, but I was really like, the time before he took a lot of rousting, didn't he, to get up on the post? And I was thinking a bit like, really, will he win this race? Will he not? And the way
he's just going up here no more. Yeah.
The way he won that, he was on the bridle a furlong out, and I was thinking, surely not. Like, come on. And then she like sometimes you think, oh, what do you find? But he's a very game horse, so yeah, he's better than a Mark 78. I think he could definitely be in the mid 80s.
Yeah. Right. Just before we just to stop you rambling on. Sorry, have you got something extra to add on there, Ben?
No, I just hope he wins.
Yeah, we all do. Right, just a couple I'll quickly mention just before we go on to our naps. To keep an eye out for Wesley Wartor's Kimari. She's back out at Keeneland on Saturday, and they've upped her to 7 furlongs. Obviously, she was second in the Queen Mary at Ascot last year, second in the Queen Anne the year before that. No, not the Queen Anne. She was second in the Commonwealth Cup last year, second in the Queen Mary the year before, is what I hope is correct. Anyway, she's up to 7 furlongs. She could run this year at Ascot in the Diamond Jubilee over 6, or the Queen Anne, which is a mile. So either of those races, I was keeping an eye out for her late Saturday night. And the one other race that I thought might be worth taking a look at is the Tancred Stakes at Rose Hill. It's a Group 1, obviously being Australia, it's going to be early Saturday morning, 5 or 6 o'clock time. The last 9 winners of this race have returned at an SP of less than 3-1, so at the minute it's a bit of a favourites race. And current favourite for it is the Chester King. Do you know who it is? No. It's a Dragonet.
Oh no.
Currently favourite for the race. There's one horse in there I quite like the look of, actually, called Spirit Ridge.
So Dragonet not run last week against the Dave?
Yeah.
He came third, didn't he?
4th or 5th, wasn't
it? Yeah, let's lump on. Let's go.
No. So here, I'm going to tell you. So hold your horse.
Okay.
Spirit
Sorry.
Ridge.
You pushed my bubble.
By Amanda Perrott. Looks to have improved going over to Australia. Won a Group 3 handicap on debut. Short-haired, second in a Group 3 the next time out. He definitely stays. Cutting the ground won't be a problem. And this has been the aim for the horse since they've brought it over, I think. So Spirit Ridge, currently $8.50 on the market. That's all I can give you because there is no British market. I messaged 5 bookies.
$8.50.
Yeah, I messaged 5 bookies this afternoon, and they've all said, wait till Friday and we'll get a market up for you. So there will be a market up. But if he's around 15-2, I think that could be a good bet if you like one down under. Right. We come from a land down under.
Bit of men at work.
Right, we'll go on to our...
Oh, and Indie Angel goes, odds on.
Right, naps and next best. We'll go with the naps because this is the main thing for the competition. I need a bit of recovery. We'll come to you first, Ben. What is your nap?
Mr. Harry's Bar.
Harry's Bar.
Not Mr., but just Harry's Bar wins. That's it. Simple.
Currently 7-2. We settle them all at SP, and if he wins, I hope he wins at 4-6.
That
I'll
was
be
my
napping.
worry because I think he's off about 2-1, so that's my worry.
Yeah, I think he'll go short than that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be napping Mighty Gurkha 130. I think we're both
Lovely.
keen on him, Ben. And who are you going to nap, Dan?
Well, I'm gonna have a double.
You're
So-
going to have a double. Is that allowed? Hang on, let me check the
Yeah.
rule book.
Where's the
Hang on.
rules?
There's no rule book. Go on then,
Um,
have a double.
Do you know what? I know what he's going to say, and he's just trying to get on the board. He's just trying to get on my level. Like,
Ellie May.
I'm in the profit maze already.
no,
So
He
This
wants
is not-
Manella to win this year's
this-
Gold Cup.
this is not each way, obviously.
Okay, go on then.
not like
give us
last
a
week.
double.
235 Indie Angel wins. 415 Bangkok.
I knew it.
Bangkok, banging, boom.
You know what? I hope Force is non-runner and Bangkok is off 1-4, and these Angel 1-2. You
Well,
get
I
like 0.6 a double.
I think they'll both go odds on. So I think at the minute the double is about 7-2. I think that's good value for the
Around that,
double
yeah.
because I think 7-2 for them two to go and win
7-2?
is good value because
Well, I'll have to go and shuffle a few quid about after because I really didn't realize it was 7-2.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's at the minute I don't think it'll SP at that, but at the minute it's 7-2, so very
Yeah,
fair.
first shout, yeah.
Cool, good stuff. Right, that's all sorted. Anyone want to check out our next best for a bit of fun?
Well, I'm having 2 more bets at Lingfield on
Harry's Bar.
Friday.
Harry's Bar for
Yeah.
Dan, yeah.
I'm having 2 more bets on Friday at Lingfield. I'm going to put them as joint next bests. Rainbow Dreamer in the first and Mighty Gurkha in the 4:15.
Lovely
Is it
stuff.
4:15? No, 3:45. Sorry.
Next best, I quite like the one I mentioned over in Australia. So Spirit Ridge, I'll chuck that up as the next best. Right, we've come to the end of the show. I hope we find 1 or 2 winners between us. And hopefully at least one of our naps will win, and we'll see a bit of movement in the table. But apart from that, we will bid adieu. Wish you all luck for your punting over the weekend, and we'll be back next week for a Grand National special.
Can't wait. And
Alright.
just, gamble responsibly if you're gambling, guys. And have a good week. All the best.
Cool. See you later.